you know what I'm saying, how good they are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I can think of some people that have had that effect on me. I can honestly think of some people that when they walk in or whatnot, how just their personality, their character, just their innerness, and how it does that.
Mm-hmm. Get your notebooks.
Oh,
Something right on. So the first one was identify one trait that makes you feel good about who you are. That could be your laugh, your smile, your ability to listen, or the sound of your voice.
wait, say it again.
Identify one trait that makes you feel good about who you are.
Meditating lately, gaining control of my anger. Focus on my spiritual, ain't got time for no hater. Trying to lose control so my questions can find some answers. Finding my way home, cause I'm too real for all that fake stuff. Sentimental messages I wrote down on a paper. I don't even answer no more calls, I see you later. Tried to count me out, but I'm too busy counting paper. And I still put love up in the air, cause that's my nature. Fuck you mean, 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 nigga, fuck you mean.
I kind of like, I agree with that, but like, I also like, I don't need to do that. Like, because I know that it's me that feels that way for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is like, it's not about the other person. It's just me understanding that this world is really weird. Like, it's not about you're really weird. It's just that you are in the world too, and this is how you are experiencing it right now, and this is just what you're doing. This is who you are. And so I don't need to make it about me when they're talking and say, oh well, I feel like, because it's like, I know I feel that way, and I don't need to regulate or get no clarity or get it under. I have the understanding, I think that the world is weird, and period. But then the other person, I just kind of just want to be that ear and that voice. I don't want to be like, oh, this is how I really feel about this. It's just kind of, in that sense, it's about them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here in their world, and in that sense. But in the other sense, that part is, it doesn't need to show, because it's like, I already have that understanding that it's me. It's not the other person. That's just how I feel about the world. You know what I mean? So I don't think that I would have to be like, oh, I think this, because it's like, they probably won't even really.
I don't think it's really about like having to like voice your opinion in those ways, right? It's not always like, this is how I feel and what I want to do. Because I think sometimes voicing our feelings is a lot sometimes, right? It could just be too dang much sometimes. Because we would just be like talking about our feelings all day long. We voice our feelings about stuff. But being able to tell somebody, you think the world is weird and weird shit is going on in the world, and then being able to let them respond to that and have a dialogue about that allows you to be in the conversation with other people, right? And as these words are coming out of my mouth, I'm saying the same thing to myself, right? Because I know I'm talking to two people, but I'm talking to three people too, right? So I know that every time that I bite my tongue because I want to say something, but I don't say it because I know I'm going to say it out of frustration. I know I'm going to say it out of like maybe some kind of judgment. Then there's times where I don't bite my tongue, but I'm listening to that person. When it's time for me to respond, I can say, oh, I don't have to chew their head off or make them feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell them how I feel about certain things, right? So being able to be in spaces and tell people how you feel about stuff, the world is fucked up. And most of the time, most of us aren't focusing on what we should be doing for ourselves. And most of the world thinks self-care is going to a spa and getting your nails done, right? And
That's
taking a
outer
vacation, right?
It's
Like
outer stuff.
that's what people think self-care is, and self-care is harder than that because you're dealing with a whole complicated person,
Yeah.
right? And that person is not going to be satisfied just by going to a spa and getting their nails done, or buying fancy clothes, or buying shoes, or whatever the case may be.
That's outward stuff.
Right. So I think like when we're investigating what's coming up for us about stuff, I think it's honest to say the world is weird and weird shit happens, right? And then to be able to
Somebody
understand.
might agree with you on that, though. A good dialogue might come out of it too.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
And
Right,
then
the world is weird.
and then your perspective given to someone else, it may help them to understand their perspective in life sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody don't hear that and they're only hearing certain stuff all the time and nothing new gets presented to them, they would never be able to see your perspective on life. That's why some people walk around here and they can't understand certain situations, like how we say, if you ain't been there and you ain't been through it, you wouldn't understand at all whatsoever. But when you explain it, like while I was in class and I explained something, the whole class, and I'm talking, this is a classroom full of people, would have never thought of it in the way that I explained it if I wouldn't have explained it. Because they came up to me after class, was like, you know what? Thank you for saying it like that. She said, because I never even thought on that level whatsoever. That never dawned on me, this, that. And we had a whole nother class out in the parking lot talking about it because of what I said in class. They never looked at it the way in that tone. So you know, you don't have to validate your feelings at all whatsoever, but sometimes that might be needed in the world.
I think a lot of things that you do say are help useful because it's
That's why I'm saying
with regards to, because I don't get to see you that much, right? And when I do see you, we don't have a huge amount of conversation, so it's in here, so I get to communicate with you and understand you more. And a lot of your communication is nonverbal communication, right? And that's what we're all
But
about.
she's a beautiful person to talk to.
Right.
Volumes come out of her
Right.
mouth.
She said she like when she speaks, then I understand all the stuff that she's not saying. But that's all of us though, right? Like, yes.
Like, let me give an example of what I meant. You be you, I'ma do me, you do you. That's just how I view the world. So it's like, I don't do that. And I'm not gonna say it's a problem, but I can take it into consideration and kind of see how I feel when I do it to see if maybe it is me.
Yeah.
But I don't be looking at it like that. I just be like, oh, you're a loser, and you're a winner. And like, I want to be where the winners at. Like, and that's kind of just how I the loser. Yeah, that's how I separate them. But I never like, oh, you're a loser, let me pull you to the winner side. I don't. But
if you stand in a room full of losers, how do you differentiate who is who?
I just have that discernment to where I'm just looking and I'm letting people. I just give people the opportunity to be them. That's what I'm saying. I don't really be like.
What's losing? What's losing?
It's not really like a loser. It's just like a word that I say when people are not being their beautiful selves.
I'm just asking because like I want to get back. I want to get around to like your spirituality and like what you like about it and how you project it, and because you do talk about it and those things are interesting. So how do you find yourself in more conversation where people are going to be talking about those things, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Like, how do you find yourself in spaces you like to be able to talk about high vibrational things and the work we're supposed to be doing on purpose and focusing on God? Like, so how do you find yourself in more rooms like that?
Well, those rooms find me. Like, it's just orchestrated that way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like because you are a beautiful person, you will find yourself in beautiful rooms and meeting beautiful people. You know what I mean? Like, it just works that way. Even if it's from a not so beautiful situation. The end is like, but I met this beautiful person though, even though I had to go through this to meet them. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't really be tripping about that. Like, I'm very content that I'm good with God. Like, I'm on this mission. I'm on my journey. I'm not worried. Like, even when I'm worrying, that's me doing that. That's my human body doing that. But truly, God knows, like, I'm not worried. Like, I really trust God. I really my name is Destiny. Like, where else am I gonna go except to greatness? You know what I mean? Like, it just is no other way. But I just have that faith that is no other way but that way, because I don't never fold. So it's like, I know I'm gonna be in beautiful rooms. I'm a beautiful person. I always meet beautiful people, even if it's at a bus stop. You know what I mean? Even if it's inside of a shelter, even if it's at a pit stop or whatever it is, I always meet beautiful people. Whether it's for 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 20 months, 20 years, I'll be meeting beautiful people all the time. Like, and that's because I'm a beautiful person and I have that beautiful relationship with God. And that's just how I rock and how I roll. Like, I really do have a beautiful journey outside of the chaos. Like, and me, God, knowing that I know that, God always put me in rooms and situations to where I hear a beautiful conversation, or I get that beautiful compliment that day, because God knew I needed that compliment that day, and I see God, even if it's just a butterfly flying by me. It's always beautiful things that's happening in the world, in the trees, in the water, you just have to pay attention, and you have to have that certain type of is levels. Yeah, so I'm always meeting beautiful people. Like, I'm always in rooms with beautiful people, even if it's just for a moment. Like, I have that opportunity to meet a beautiful person and be beautiful with them, and we're being beautiful together, and then it's like, okay, bye. Like, but
what's the stuff you worry about?
Huh?
What's the stuff you worry about? Or to get you to a low vibrational place?
The odds that's against me.
Such as?
Because we are beautiful people, we are seen the most. We shine the brightest. So it's like, everybody could see us, even the people. You know what I mean? Everybody can see us. So it's like, not only do you get beautiful experiences, but you also got to watch out for the other side, because they see you too. Because I didn't come from a beautiful cloth. Me and God did this. There are things that it's a part of me. So it's kind of like having that battle between yourself and yourself, if that makes sense. So who you were cursed to be, but who you were born to be is kind of like that battle that I always, have to fight for, but I'm always fighting is never nothing. So that's what keeps me going, but that's also something that I worry about too, because it's like it's not easy, it's mad, it get treacherous. The battle be getting real treacherous, like, but so it's kind of like I worry and have faith in the same thing, because I'm battling with who I was cursed to be and who I was born to be. So that's why it's so chaotic.
What makes it a curse?
What makes that a curse is because you come from a bloodline. So your mother and her mother and her mother and her mother and her mother, everybody, even the ones that's not here no more, that's not ancestors, they all was passed down. They all was here at one point. They did what they did, whatever they was doing.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Karma, yes, good, bad, or indifferent. So when a woman is born, when she's conceived with all of her ovaries, and that she will have in her lifetime. So therefore, when a woman is pregnant, she's not only carrying her baby, but she's carrying her baby's ovary. So she's carrying her grandchildren. And so forth and so on. So we're all being carried.
Not even as you're sitting in your mother's womb, you're carrying your children's
yes
DNA.
Yes, and so on and so forth. So that is how a generational curse can be passed down all the way to you. So that is how generational curse is passed down, because it's like everyone that was being carried and everything that they was doing, and you're from that bloodline, and all that their karma, good, bad, or indifferent, is passed down through the bloodline. Or someone can have a generational curse of abuse or addiction, or you know what I mean, like poverty, anything, depression, anything, you know what I mean. And so that's what makes it a curse, and so you have to fight against it, and that's why it's called a spiritual battle, because it's a curse. Its job is to cause whatever generational curse you got, whatever it is. Its job is to inflict that energy your way, and the battle is you. Nah, we're not doing that. I see what's going on, and we're not doing that. We coming over here to the winning team, like, and that's what's the curse of it for me.
So how do
I look at it.
does your past still exist
What do you mean? Does it still
in your
exist?
mind?
Not really. I mean, if it's a conversation that would make me have to, relate to it or bring it up or whatever, that's that. But like, as far as like my everyday life, do I get up and just my past is just haunting me? Like, no, because I'm not a runner. Like, I face it when it's there. When I see it and I'm like, yo, I'm feeling this way, what's going on? I'll take care of myself. So I make sure that I'm not, you know what I mean? So my past don't haunt me, or I don't be just like, oh, like, that really happened, like, no. Like, they're losers. I understand that very much, that you're the loser, and
Who's the loser?
The person that's trying to inflict the pain.
Yeah.
They're the loser. So now the things that I've done, I would say that I think about that more than the things that people have done to me.
Why do you think that is?
Because I did it. I'm the one that did it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's about me.
Yeah.
What you did, that's about you.
You have to be interested to do this, or you can say, hey, tell me something you like about it. What do you like about it? And then if you listen, you'll hear them and not the response. And inside of the response is them, and then you just talk to them about them. Right?
But just not only that too, it could be someone in the group. Like how I say I conform to the people I was around. It could be someone in that group that probably feel the same way you do, and ain't saying it, and they just going along with everybody in the group because that's the group, and I want to be part of the group.
I can see them though, and I'll be like, she on what I'm on, and then I'll be like, and then I'll go and I'll talk to her, or I'll, you know what I mean. But like, if I ain't really seeing you for real.
Yeah, but you could
You need to be.
It could be somebody you could transform. It could be somebody that you could that might come up underneath your wing and be like, well, hey, I kind of sort of like what she talking about. I kind of like the way she talk or whatever. I want to talk to her more. I want to be around her more. You never know. It could be somebody who wasn't led in the right way, and that's who they click with. So now they going along to get along, but you turn around and give them a whole nother perspective. Like, okay, well, wait a minute. I might want to fit in over there with her and what she talking about versus over here. I gravitated over here because that's all I had. That's the only perspective that I saw or understood. Now I just heard her speak on something. Now I want to learn more about that.
That's when I right there, I feel you. But
Yeah, I told you she got these different smiles.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But
Cause that's the part where I say genuinely, like, I don't care that much. Like, I don't know.
See,
Yeah, but if you're
like,
saying
it's
you're
not
here,
your-
but if you're saying you're here for people and the love of people, and you want to teach, and you have to.
But it's not in that way. Like, I know the way that I'm supposed to do it, but in that way, it's hard. I've tried it. It's hard for me though, because it's like it always ends up with like, yeah, they want to be them beautiful self, but they're just feeding off of my energy. So now it's like you energy grabbing, but you're not really like on that for real. Like, you think that this is death, baby. This is not what you trust me, you don't want to sign up for what you think that this is. It looked pretty, but do you know what I had to go through to get to this beauty? This not what you want. So I don't take that too serious, because like, I hear you, I get why you feel that way, because I'm a beautiful person, but be inspired from a distance. Don't try to be, oh no, because you're gonna try to knock me off my pivot. You not really on that, because you don't even know what I had to go through to get to that. So you just see the beauty and think that
you're protecting you protecting your world that you done created.
Yeah, and I've been doing that ever since I created it.
I know I've done that, because I'm always trying to protect me and my sanity and my space. But I know I have done just what you said, self-sabotage, or I done pushed something out that should have been, that was benefit for me, but I'm so big on trying to protect it, I mess it up.
Yes.
And then I done push away something that God probably did send my way, or something I was supposed to been doing, you know what I mean, because I'm trying to protect. I put my wall up, you know what I'm saying, like, say for instance with my husband, because of my past experiences and relationships with everybody else, and then he came over, okay, yeah, nah, yeah, this, you're a little too nice, you got a little too much going on that I'm not used to, that's unfamiliar, you know what I mean, so, and I said the same thing, nah, you don't want what's over here, because over here ain't right for you right now, because I wouldn't, and I can be honest about it, nah, you don't want this him, this here gonna take you under, son. You're gonna jump off the skyway head first. That's over here. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew myself I wasn't ready or whatnot. But at the same time, because of the past stuff I went through, I wasn't willing to allow no man to come in my space, be telling me what to do or how to go about doing it. I was fine being single. You too nice. You know, and come to find out they're supposed to be my husband, because when he first came out of his mouth, he said, I'm gonna make you my wife. I'm saying in my head, well, I ain't gonna be nobody else's wife ever again in life. You know, this, that, and the third. But really, he's the person I was supposed to be with. But I could have blocked him. A lot of things I have blocked, and I know I have blocked. You know what I'm saying? But I try to listen and pray before making decisions now or whatnot. But I did notice that I had my wall up, and it was good to protect. You're supposed to do that. But I'm protecting so hard that I'm protecting from blessings and everything, just everything. I was blocking everything except for me.
You know what's funny is, I was thinking, after I saw y'all yesterday, I was thinking about you yesterday, because I was like, her name is Destiny. And it was interesting, because I was like, Destiny is a beautiful name, and there's a beautiful disposition to being as well. And it's emblematic that there is a stopping point. Right? So it's somewhere you're trying to get to. And then that part, I was like, well, I wonder if she's trying to get anywhere. Because we have this destination. Sometimes it's hard to get to a destination. And I don't know, you're a little older than me, but at this age in my life, I'm like, man, I don't see a destination that I want to encroach on. I can't live my life getting somewhere. But what I can do is live my life understanding that I'm going back to a place that I came from, instead of trying to get to an opposite place from where I came from. Right? Because we think that when we die, they put us in the grave, and that's our destiny, right? You gotta put us in the grave, but the thing that's inside of you don't stop. Right, so that's what I was thinking about when your name yesterday. I was like, you were given that name. Someone had some aspirations for maybe what they wanted in their life, what their destiny was. But your existence is going to live past any destination that you set up for yourself or somebody else has set up for you. Right? So just even your name is a reflection of like, what am I doing? Right? That's what I was thinking like after I saw you yesterday, like the rest of my walk home was like, because it made me ask, I'm like, man, do I have a destination? Am I trying to get somewhere? Or am I just trying to live this thing and then one day I have to go back to where I came from?
And in destiny, you're like how you said with the carrying the baby, and then that baby is carrying the seeds of your next generations to come. So you're the destiny that started the positive destination. You're pouring out the new destinies. You know what I mean? So whatever the past destiny was, like you say, what we call the generational curses, the destinations before the destiny came, you're recreating the next destination.
See you later. Tried to count me out, but I'm too busy counting paper. And I still put love up in the air, cause that's my nature. Fuck you mean, 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 nigga, fuck you mean.
I see you vibes.
Move to